You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do or say will not matter at this point because your skin color has already confessed to the crime. You have the right to an attorney who will try his hardest to see that justice is served in a jury of our peers, aka our attorneys, who will have him outmatched 12-1. If you cannot afford an attorney, he won't be appointed to you free of charge because he's also on our payroll. Do you understand these rights as they have been read to you? Whoa, 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 whoa. I see you reaching for your 9mm wallet. I see you reaching for your .38 caliber inhaler. Don't move. Stop breathing. You're puffing up your chest. I feel threatened. Is that a weapon? Lay down. No. Face down. No. Face ground. Pow. Oops. I did it again. I'm a pop star. No, I'm a pop star. No, I'm a cop star. By the time I get back to the precinct, I'll be a rock star. Platform. I have more black names on trophies than BET award winners. Platform. They are going to honor me at the NYPD award dinner. Platform. They are going to throw me a parade. Platform. Because when I platform, they go to the grave. Black boys' tears fall on deaf white ears. Black mothers' tears keep graveyard grass green. Black men's bones are the gavel to which finalize false convictions. Wake up, black boys. It's time to declare war. I wonder how Trayvon Martin's mother feels that her son has a household name, but not a household body. I wonder if Freddie Gray's family can still say grace over their food, even though their prayers cannot stop the thief that robbed him of his last breath. I wonder if Tamir Rice died playing cops and robbers because he saw the former more innocent than the latter. I wonder if black mothers are only closer to God because they're steady having to lay rest to their only begotten sons. I wonder if black people are only dark because we're closer to the sun. Well, how many years will it take for us to become bulletproof because we're closer to the guns? I'm tired of going to funerals where babies are buried in bigger boxes than they used to put their toys in. I'm tired of not being able to tell my friends, see you later. We're steady practicing our goodbye words to each other. I'm tired because I'm not able to tell my girlfriend, let's wait till we're married. I'm afraid that she'll see me in a box before she sees me in a tuxedo. I wonder if America, when she wakes up and sees that black people ain't sleeping no more because the American dream is the African-American nightmare. I'm tired that laws are written as lullabies to black people, and I'm forced to stay woke in this society. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired because I'm forced to stay woke in this society. And if I go back to sleep, I might stay asleep forever.
The Pandora Word Box Show. Yeah, now here we go. Always on time and she always speak her mind. Yeah, Pandora love is a one of a kind. You know it. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Let's go. Now welcome to the Pandora Word Box Show. Yeah. Okay, now we gon' get a little gritty. This Pandora love is the realest in the city. Deep seats, stand up and show that girl some love. You want good entertainment? Well, she is the plug. Now, give it to you straight up, never with a chaser. Right to the point, now she ain't no time waster. What's going on in the world? She gon' tell you about it. Will she ever skip a beat? Nah, I highly doubt it now. You know she got the hottest interviews, everything you need to know. Only giving you some good news. Upcoming artists, the ones that you should watch, with the hottest tunes for you to play around the clock. Industry people with the inside scoop.
What's up, what's up, what's up, y'all? Good morning, good morning. It's your girl Pandora Love, and you're now tuned into the Pandora Word Box Show. Today, my guest in the box is no other than the man I've been trying to, we've been trying to get in here together for I don't know how long.
It's been some years.
It's been some years. But we always hit each other in Facebook in the Messenger, all that. But this is Mr. Marc Shyst.
What's up?
What's up with you, man?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, we pass each other in this studio and everything. I'm like, I'm going to get you, Marc. I'm going to get to you, man. This schedule just be crazy.
Yeah. And timing, you know. I never forget when I did one show here and you popped up and you just gave me this look like, no, you ain't. And I'm like, oh. But, honestly, when how I got to you was just seeking, and I reached out to you for something one day, just about some DMV stuff, and it just was a genuine. I had your vocals, didn't even have no visual picture of you. I just had your spirit and your vocals in my head for years, for about a few months. I knew you did this, but how powerful you were, I really did. I knew you was powerful because you had showcases and stuff. So I guess it was me just maturing to get to you too, you know.
Yeah, but I'm glad we finally got here.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we're here now, and it's really not even about your music.
No.
We're going to a whole nother level with
this.
this.
Yes.
You know? Now, his music, don't get me wrong, his music is off the chain. Y'all need to go to YouTube and check out his video Homage. I'm going to suggest that one because that's my favorite right now. Like, check out Homage. I guarantee you, you'll love it. The video, the visuals, the lyrics, everything goes together like a book.
Yeah.
You will love it, so check it out. So tell the people what you got going on, Marc.
Well, I'm here in the box with Miss Pandora due to the fact that tomorrow, June 16th, which is Father's Day, it's Tupac's birthday, and my new book drops on everywhere called The Tupac Code, written by Marc Shyst. The Tupac Code is it's an inspirational memoir. It's not, I wouldn't say my life. It's captures my life in the element of motivation through music, and just that journey of my life, not all the personal. But you get the good, bad, and the ugly through this, and you get a sense of testament of triumph. So it drops tomorrow, and that's why I'm here. Pandora is the first interview that I've done since it has been the pre-order has been out for like the last couple of weeks on Amazon and on Barnes and Noble and a lot of digital platforms. It's on iTunes and all that. So this is my first interview. I wanted to give it to you first. I wanted to give it to you first.
You.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be pushing this book, y'all. So y'all gotta check it out.
Yeah.
So, but tell us why you chose Tupac.
What? Well, I.
Were you a fan? Were you like a fan? Would you walk around with bandanas on and all that?
Nah, I wasn't a fan of Pac's, right? But I was when I caught wind of him. It was more of I haven't felt like this with another rapper since then. It was more of a sense of you speaking what I can't say. I didn't. When he came out with hip hop, the state of hip hop was, it was a lot of voiceless people. Just think about when LL Cool J and Salt and Pepper, and like we was true fans of that music.
Right.
We wasn't so quick to try to emulate it or even participate in that. It was just like that's what they did, and wow, they superstar. It's different now. It's like you have to be a rapper's rapper. Like rappers will hear of Rick Ross, and then he in the studio an hour later, like laying the same. Not to say he copying it, but it moves faster. So when Pac was out, it just was he just spoke the revelations of suffering that I was going through as a only son with a single mother, a young black man in the streets of Washington D.C. seeing what I was seeing and going through Pac. He wasn't suffering, but we was in poverty. I ain't have everything I wanted, but that made me a little bit more stronger than the average. It made all of us stronger. So I became a fan of him, but I never emulated him though. Never emulated him. Just was always inspired by Tupac. But the book is the Tupac Code, based on just the code of thug life. Like Pac left us. He defined thug life was the hate you gave little infants, F'd everybody. And I'm a product of that definition of what a thug is. Thugs these days will not. It used to be, if someone called you a thug when I was younger, that was degrading you. That was really saying you an outcast. And we were outcasts. The streets made us outcasts, or maybe us growing up with parents that was on drugs, or whether or not we came from a broken household and we didn't get educated, or we didn't wear our clothes right, you didn't have a belt so your pants sagged, you didn't, those things that the culture picked up came because we didn't have things. So he defined it, and now almost 30-something, 20 to 30-something years later, those little kids are grown and we adults now, and we still have a thug life mentality, but to the positive. We educated thugs, So that's what the Tupac code is all about, just the manifestation of what he laid for hip-hop. He came at a vital point where it was rap, then gangster rap, and then this guy named Tupac, and then he died, and him and Biggie went to this, and here we are with trap and everything else you get in the middle and between of that. So it kind of it has moved in phases. But one thing I will never let this new generation let go is our inheritance of how we got to this point. Pac and Biggie died. They didn't have when those two young men was murdered. They didn't have all the money and stuff that these rappers that come out that they have. Pac and Biggie made a lot of money for Death Row and Bad Boy. They didn't see that financial freedom that all of us see with a record deal. They just didn't see it. Biggie didn't own nothing. Pac didn't own nothing when he died. But they sacrificed their life because now you can go in the studio and say what you want to say. NWA did it too, But that's why it's the Tupac code, because I'm just I'm making a statement of inheritance to what the codes of life that I live by, that, most of the mature men in the street that I know that have been in the penitentiary, made it out of the penitentiary, or those that survived in the streets. You got to have morals out here. Your heart need to be good, but the morals of your life, biblical, spiritual, and just natural morals, you'll live life and you'll be able, so those lives I'm capturing in a code. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving insight on what it is and throughout this book.
Okay. And you said from previous conversation, you've been working on this for 10 years?
10 years in the making, yeah. When I first started, it never started out the Tupac code. It started as my insight to my music. That's why I said it took 10 years, because certain stuff started happening, certain journeys I took, certain trials and tribulations came, and it was some stuff in this book that I honestly, I questioned, should I tell the reality of it or should I tell the truth? But then as I looked in what if I took my last breath, I want the world to know certain things, because I feel like God sits up high, sits and looks down low. He knows everything. But one thing God doesn't know is the interaction of sin. And I believe as all people that live here, we are born in a world of sin. There's only one that he sent. And I ain't knocking nobody religion. I just believe in Christ. But Christ was the only perfect one that'll ever walk. But through our testimony and what we go through down here, I believe that your testimony is important to save another person's life. But you have to testify to that sin. So many people do stuff in the dark, and that's where they want to keep it at, in the dark. Sin it's not, you can't judge sin on you did this and I did this, or you took this and you killed it. It doesn't go like that. Sin is sin. It is what it is. There's no value on lesser or more. But if a serial killer give his testimony and say, you know what, I killed these people because this was in my head, it more than likely, no, it was a spirit that took over him that convinced him that was what he needed to do. So if that person, if he goes to his grave and he keeps that in him, that spirit will unleash on somebody else and be on somebody else. But now if he testified like this is what was going on in my head, see, now you got knowledge of it. You got knowledge of maybe that bad spirit that can be casted out, that people could be like, nah, you need to get help before you start feeling like, and trust me, growing up in the inner city is people that I've known in my lifetime that's just what they got into doing, was killing other black men. They didn't want to do nothing else with their life. They felt once they killed somebody, they felt like that's what made them popular or made people feel that that's what they did. Nowadays, you can't distinguish because these people, our young generation, they killing, but and some of them they can't look at him and tell him. Trust me, you can't look at him and tell him that's what he's doing. Sometimes you'll think that you can see it on some people, but other times there's people that's taking part of stuff. You cannot see it. You will not. If you thought that it was gonna look like that, then you was wrong. But yeah. So I say all that to say the testimony will save lives. If you go through something, I know women that went through maybe been molested, maybe been raped. You need to tell it. You need to say, so you'll save somebody else that may be in that situation. A parent, I know parents left them with certain, thinking it was okay, family members and all that. You never know, just family member, be a brother, sister, whatever, you just don't know. Mary J. Blige was raped by her uncle at like 5, didn't say nothing until she was in her 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like certain stuff happen, you gotta say something so that 5-year-old that you think that is okay with uncle, you gonna leave him with her, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm that's one thing about the book that I'm just leaving about. I'm just telling true testament so that I don't want I got sons, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them to get I've given my life to hip hop. I'm blessed because I've manifested into something positive, doing positive in my life. But you got some people that's dying. God bless Tony Vegas, bless his heart and soul. Who is another guy? What was his name? Trey something. Trey. I didn't know.
From the Annapolis area,
yeah, right? I didn't know him, but I knew Tony, right? And I met Tony through another dude that I did time in DC jail with. He bumped. So and then after I met Tony about 5 years ago, probably like 6-7 years ago. It's just being in the same places all the time. He was a good brother to me. I couldn't tell you what he did every day in his life. I know he chased his music and that's what he did. Unfortunately, you got so many of us right now. We dying chasing that particular goal, rather than something different because that's all we know. So in our culture, in our hood right now, if you can't catch a football or throw a football, or you can't score 50 points a game playing basketball, and you get locked up. So when they in jail, they plotting on, man, I'm gonna drop a mixtape when I get out. I'm gonna get signed. I'm gonna blow up. Well, it don't happen like that for a lot of people. It don't happen like you may be talented, you could rap, but you may not have the business that understand that this is a business. This ain't a dream. God bless Tony. I couldn't tell you where he was at, but like I said, you got a lot of brothers that's out here in the streets that's dying, chasing this dream of rap, hip hop, and rap. I don't want our culture to be like that forever. I think we're more powerful than just rap music.
Yeah, I think because let me see, a couple of weeks, it was a report I read, and we're basically killing each other, and it's crazy. But at the same time, the Caucasians are complaining because they're underpopulated.
Yeah.
They're underpopulated, and we're more populated than them.
Absolutely.
But they're not worried because we're killing each other.
Yeah.
And that's really crazy.
Yeah, and that that's what that whole abortion law is about for them. They got to stop their own kind because we're not the ones aborting as much as their culture is.
Right.
So if they can stop it where they're doing it at, then it raises them up, gives them. African American, we're very powerful. We're very powerful in numbers, strength, mind, body, and soul. And once we get tapped into that source of how powerful we are, unfortunately, it's got to be a lot of rehabilitation and mental health counseling that got to be done for those that's living. The new generation, our kids that's growing up, they got to be brought into something. It's going to take I would say, I'm a prophesizer, so it's going to take about a decade or a decade and a half, or a couple decades of transitioning. Our kids born, if we can do more righteous than negative now, then by the time they 16 and 20, they'll be the next leaders. You got some powerful young leaders out here though, powerful. They more, the negativity doesn't consume us. God ain't, he still sits up high. He ain't letting the devil have that much control down here. It just, what gets publicized and broadcast is the negative. But yeah, they losing population, and they've been lost influence of the culture.
Right.
We got power to vote. That's why all of us that got, or those that have felonies and those who got charges, they hitting us where you don't think that they hitting us, that they putting felonies on you and they putting you in jail cells to keep you away so we can move. So, the Tupac code touches base on some of those things, touch bases on a lot of things that I went through that just, I want that sixth grader, that fifth grader to read and be like, nah, that ain't the way, because I thought that was the way I did, or I thought the way I was going would lead me to maybe success, but it leads you into court cases and jail. You lose a lot of people, and if you're fortunate enough, you'll make it through, but a lot of people don't make it through. They lose their lives early, they get murdered by our own kind. So you're 100% right. We got to definitely change the way we interact as a culture so we can advance. Mm-hmm.
So, name the chapters of your book.
Name the chapters of my book. Chapter 1 is Birth of Hip Hop. Chapter 2, Birth of a Prophet. Chapter 3, Change of Events. It's 18 chapters.
Whoa.
It's 18 chapters. It started, you know what? See, this interview, I'm glad, and you asked some good questions. I just want to tell you, asked some good questions. So this book was initially to be 10 chapters. I've experienced some things as of writing it that I stretched it. Okay. Because that's important with any story that you tell. An introduction, well, first of all, a theme, a setting, then your introduction, a synopsis of where you're going, a climax, and then an ending. If in a song is only 3 minutes in a song, you got 45 seconds. You got 45 seconds in a rap verse to do that. If you got one verse, or if you got 3 verses, then you got 2.5 minutes to do this. See, this is where your education come at. To those who looking or watching or you listening, you're a rap artist. I'm giving you real drip right now, because if you are a storyteller and you go to put something on track, if you want a listener, you have to think as the listener on what you're telling them, not about what you feel in your heart. What you feel in your heart may be righteous, but how you deliver it is different. So I say that to say, 18 chapters, I did that. Okay. I took you on a journey and a ride. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to take a deep breath, you're going to smile. I've seen it happen. The people who pre-read it in order to do corrections, I'm going to take you there. And testimony, this is my first book I've read, only book I've read I read all the biography of Malcolm X. I read a lot of Tupac books, but I've read the Bible 4 times and on. Yeah, 4 times in entirety, and I'm on my 5th time now. I'm still reading it. Took me 6 years the first time, 6 years the second, 6 years the first, 6 years the second, 4 years the third. I didn't calculate the time on the 4th because I did it in between going to jail a few times. But back to what I was saying, any story got to have those elements in it if you want to inspire, or you want the story to mean something to somebody, just that introduction, a climax, and an ending, or in between, a setting and all that. So in 18 chapters, I did that with the Tupac code. I give you an outline. I give you, Birth of a Prophet. Well, now chapter 1, Birth of Hip Hop, which is put the bricks at the bottom so we could build a house. Hey, this where we at, or this where we come from. This what it is. In my personal view, it might be, somebody else might read it, might be like, oh man, that was okay. But that's what I want though. I really left room for debate and negotiation amongst yourselves. And as an artist, that's what you want. Everything ain't gonna be always right. Your perception, your perspective might not be all the way, not to say wrong, but it might be more facts that need to be. So that's why I'm telling you, we talked about that, I'm prophesying that this book will unleash a spirit of creativity to authors. Authors that may gonna say, man, you know what, I knew Marc in this time period. I want to tell this. Come on, tell it. Go on, put it out. Trust me, there's gonna be some females that be like, no, that nigga was, where he was. Go ahead, tell your story. I already tell. It's gonna be about six. It's gonna be about 6 love and hip hop stories about me come out. This girl, this person, everything. Like, I'm gonna write my book. That nigga done blown up writing books. I'm gonna write my book. Go ahead, boo. Go ahead, write your book and tell it what it is. Because at the end of the day, I'm only, I'm human. I'm special. I ain't no different than nobody. I'm just gifted. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
So you got a lot of the exes that's like.
They are coming. Yes, I know they coming. But you know what? Some of them gonna come. A lot of them are gonna come and be like, they're gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell you something about Marc. That's gonna be my next book. My next book coming for real is my testament of love and relationships. I'm gonna beat them to the punch. So if any of y'all women that know me figure out you gonna write something, you better hurry up and beat me, because I'm gonna tell it. No, for real. That's my next, because I still go through it today, till this day, being an artist and being a person of aspirations. Man, you meet so many, but then to hold on to something is difficult, because it takes a strong person to be like, go do that, boo, or be secure, or be like this. And for me, I'm just learning at this point in my life just to be upfront, to try to be more honest as much as possible about who I am. And it works in some situations. Other situations, you get kicked out, cussed out, get out of here. We ain't dealing with that. But yeah. So.
How old are your boys?
I have a 4-month-old named Israel. Yeah. Named Israel. He's that's my true heart right there. That's my life. And honestly, when I had him, I couldn't see where life was going for me. And he wasn't a mistake. I intentionally had him because I needed him to live. I needed him in order to motivate me to live. I needed, and he Israel was born not breathing. Strongest being I've seen as of yet. When I was going through, I was just looking at his picture. He was born not breathing, so they resuscitated him and sent him to the NICU. And from the NICU, in Prince George's Hospital, he was transported to Baltimore. And I watched a little baby that couldn't breathe, with tubes in his mouth and nostrils and his hands, because his hands
strapped down.
His hands strapped down. So I watched this little baby in a sacrificial position of Christ fight and hold on to life when he don't. I couldn't, like, for real. I've been on the operating table, and when you got a tube down your nostrils and in your throat, it is the most uncomfortable thing that you will ever go through. God bless you if you got to go through it. If a person out there listening that knows what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. To have tubes down your throat and in your mouth and in your nose, and have to adapt so to watch a baby that just come into life go through that, make it out of there, and he's a healthy soldier right now. Like, he has something to give the world. And then I have a 22-year-old. No, he's 21.
Okay.
I'm not getting. No, we're not gonna get into. Listen, let me tell you something. Before I get into how old I am, I ain't gonna tell y'all right now. Because they gotta research me, and they're researching me. You're gonna understand. I've survived many, many, many moons. I've stood the test of time.
People don't understand that though. I'm here with you.
Right.
Here with you.
Right.
I don't know what moon I'm on.
You're 6, yeah. Claim it, and you got many more to come.
But
Give it to me. What I will tell you this is, if Pac was living right now, Pac would be like 48. He would be like 46 to 48, right? Jay-Z is 49. You got a lot of artists that, regardless of whether they get on their interviews and tell their age, they are mature, grown men. This is a grown people. This is grown folk business. This ain't childish business. This is multi-million dollars, and if you are a child and you're not educated, you get involved with this. You know what ends up happening? A record label could care less if you live or you die, because if you die, they actually make more money off of you dead than they do alive.
Okay, so since we're talking hip hop,
yeah,
let's go back to Tupac and Biggie.
Boom, boom.
I have always said, and I stuck to it, Biggie was worth more the dead he did than alive.
Facts. But you can listen. Nipsey, and I'm gonna take, before I go to them, I'm gonna just tell you facts. Since Nipsey Hussle has been murdered, I just watched the percentage of his downloads. His downloads are up 2,776%. Now let's take it. For numbers, let me tell you this. If and I didn't say 2,277 downloads. I said percent. So if you have $100 and you go up 50%, then you don't went up to $150. If you go up 100%, you know, made $200. Like it quadruples, I believe. That's like 400. He's up so much percentages, right? And since he's died, he's talking about a lot of millions of dollars that just fluctuated to Nipsey Hussle, that went to his family, because all his music was he was smart enough to independently own his music and put it out. With Biggie, right? Biggie died. Puffy, Sean owned that music. Biggie's been dead. Pac and him have been dead over 20-some years now. Those royalties of that music still comes in. That's why you don't really see Puffy too much worrying about. You don't see him dropping records. You don't see him, he don't have to. Those royalties, and even with Pac. Now, one thing about Pac, his mother, Afeni, after he died, she rumbled with Suge, and when Afeni died, she was getting a check every month for $20,000, just off of GP, $20,000. That probably wasn't even what was made, but she was getting a check for $20,000. This I know because her husband some guy she married, he tried to get half of that. I was mad at that happened to him.
Shout out to her. She went to church with my family down in Lumberton.
You know what? More than I was in, more than I follow Pac, as I matured as a man, I fell in love with Afeni, because he was nothing but a mirror reflection of who his mother was,
what she was fighting for,
what she fought, what she did. True facts of why Pac kind of got lost in me is that drug addiction has always targeted our powerful people, because if you're arrested, I don't care whether it's alcohol, weed, or cocaine, heroin, the addiction part from a higher source that you don't see is to get you off of your soberness, the powerfulness of your brain thought process when you're sober. That's why even the things that's been happening in my life the last about 2-3 weeks, right? 2-3, but a lot of things, but last 2-3 weeks, if anybody know me, they'll say I've been using this word, I'm on a natural high. Some doors been opening for me and things been happening, and I've been in my car just like that yesterday, like I think it was like Thursday, I was in my car tearing up in the throat because doors is opening, not big doors, but small doors that I know that I can only give that thanks for God, and I'll just be in a zone. I just be in a zone, like what you about to do? I'm like, man, I'm about to go sit still, Slim. I'm about to go sit still because at this point, there's so much going on. I need to sit still and just keep my brain and open to know which doors to go through, because now I'm employing people. My position in life is changing. I employ people. I have to keep building relationships so I can employ more people. Make sure that they are keep good relationships. So once. I believe this. If you be obedient of, God will put you in positions that. But you have to be obedient and sound mind and ready. He's not going to judge you on what you're doing, but you definitely got to be. So when it comes to Afeni, she, God bless her heart, the road that she traveled, it kind of took her away from being a mother to Pop, the mother that he could look up to, because it was a lot that he was called to do, just being her son. He was already called to be a leader. He was already called to lead a nation. He was already called to do these things in her womb, because that's who she was. But unfortunately, when he manifested through hip hop and stuff, when she was, and I commend her because she fought through it. My father died, not because he died from heroin. He died just sharing a needle with somebody. And this is a statement, that the quote that I came or God poured in me. I'm not gonna take credit to me, but if drugs won't kill you, it's the decisions you make while you high on drugs that will kill you. It's the decisions you make, and if you ain't heard what I said, drugs might not kill you, but the decisions you make while you high on drugs will kill you. You might wake up, did something that you can't take back because you did it when you were, So, unfortunately for Pop, he didn't have so it was just the streets. And if you look at even when he got shot, he just, as a man that's called to God, you travel, and you travel fearlessly. You be in different states, you be around different people. I got people right now that I call them my brothers. I didn't grow up in the same household with them. Right. And they might be the people that everybody else may like, man, don't hang around him, don't be him, but at home's cool. I know him, he all right. I can only trust that, what I'm doing is, but I already know I'm too deep in for me to look up and be like, oh, I'm scared. Nah, I get along good with the robbers, the stealers, the killers. I see it in them, but I don't fear it enough that I can't heal you and shift you, So that's my duty, is to not to look at you and judge you, but to see the hope in you and shift the transition of shifting to righteousness and taking your negative and doing something righteousness. So yeah, Afeni, I love her. I was hurt. Matter of fact, homage, when you talk about the homage, if you see at the end of it, it puts her on it, because she had just passed when I did homage, and I was like, if you love Tupac, you gotta love Afeni Shakur.
But you know what? When, like you said, she couldn't be there for him at certain times, but you read the Bible how many times? A lot of 5 times, right? Yeah. Through everything that he went through, how often was Mary there?
You know what? Mary was, she was with him through birth to 30. From 30 to 33, he took his journey. Only time she returned back there to him was when he was.
So doing his journey.
Yeah.
She wasn't there. When Tupac started his journey, she needed to let him go.
She had to let him go.
And do what he had to do.
Yeah.
So,
no,
I'm not saying he know God or nothing, but
no,
that's just how I.
No, you ain't saying, we're not saying he God, but the true testament of prophecy, right? And when you are called and God gives you a mission, listen, you're going to have to travel that road by yourself. Your mama can't hold your hand. Your daddy can't talk to you. Your cousin or your friend, they can't go with you. You got to go with yourself. And like, even for her, that journey of addiction, she had to go through. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, some people don't. And for all y'all that got aunts and uncles or whatever that's listening, aunts, uncles, your father, your mother, don't judge them because they're addicted. Give them the support that they need. And don't beat them down, because a relapse is a relapse. Sometimes people, through addiction, they have to figure out what it is that they are doing to keep relapsing. It may be something so small that the average person don't understand. It may be something so big that maybe you see it, help them with it. And then inevitably it'll be their decision. But we need those testaments. We need those testaments of life too. Because if a person say, you know what, I've been addicted to heroin for a certain amount of years, I know what it's like. So then you got another group of people that's still addicted to heroin. That person that fought through it and said, this is why I'm living now. This is why they can help cultivate them people and get them there. So we you know, I've seen people.
I've seen it.
Right.
Experienced through family, my mom, some of my aunts.
Yeah. Don't cast them like, and it's gonna be hard because you what happens is you disappointed, and you look for but at the end of the day, a chemical will pull your body in elements that the brain sometimes don't have power to fight, and until a person really. And unfortunately for our kids, in this day and age, right, for our young adults, they're going to need rehabilitation that don't even know. They 16, 17, 18 because of the synthetic drugs that's out now, the pills.
But see, so to take it back, and everybody will quote me, this is my saying. We started in the 80s with the crack epidemic. So we had the crackhead. They had that baby that's addicted to crack. That had a baby. And now we're dealing with that. They don't know, the generation don't have the training, good home training, because they never experienced. You know, my mother was a crack baby. My grandmother was the crackhead. But grandma probably done got herself, I done seen it, but grandma got herself together. But can't forget, mom was born with these addictions.
Yeah, absolutely. Facts.
You know, she was born with these addictions. So now that mama clean, she's not telling daughter how to get herself together. So daughter's just out there running around. And with the babies, this generation now are out there just doing survival. They think it's survival. They think a lot of them think they have to be out there selling drugs or doing drugs with their friends just to get through. Most of them, they get more support from their friends that they're doing drugs with than they do in the house.
In the house, facts,
Well, I know if I get into this, I can get this from him, or I get that from her. But it's like the household is not a household anymore. 90% of households in poverty area, don't sit down and eat dinner together.
No.
It ain't I gotta go in the house, it's time for dinner. They don't know nothing about that anymore.
No.
You know, so.
Because that time we sit down and eat with each other, you know, and to go back to that Bible, you know, life is not about, the Bible, from my revelation, what it explains to you, one of the fullnesses of life is living life, being happy, eating, and sharing. And when I say eating, it's not sitting at the table, it's stuffing yourself, but if you're successful and you got all the money that you need to be who you are, the greatest thing you can do is just make sure that everybody providing and that their stomach is fed to the soul. And while we're eating, that we're fellowshipping and encouraging and sharing knowledge with each other and plotting and strategizing also while we're eating. So that's why it's important to sit down with your child and say, what happened in school today? What's going on over here? Boom, 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 boom. Because if they not going to talk to you any other time, maybe while I got your attention, while we eating this, you know, while we eating this steak and potato or whatever that we at the table eating, we can figure out some insight to get some conversation. So you're 100% right. And honestly, that's the structure, even in our work in workforce development, you know, it's just to get out of the mind frame of figuring that you got to do something negative for money. I have a paint company, right? So I work with a lot of Hispanics and Latinos. And it's funny because when they see me, you know, I've been working with them for years, and I relate to Hispanics very well. They're my brothers. They really my brothers. Primo mean cousin. So, you know, primo. So they my cousins, they our family, and we really need to sometimes take from what they have nurtured in the construction and construction field, and they can teach us a lot if you don't know. It's a lot of Jamaicans and Africans. A lot of people know, you know, good with construction too. But I say that to say, Hispanics or foreigners, they'll come into this country with a skill of maybe plumbing or maybe building, right, or maybe painting, or maybe, and that's all they got. Quickly they'll establish themselves, have family, kids, got a house, apartment, cars, blah blah blah. They good, but while our culture on the corner juggling, trying to get it that way, you got the Hispanics that moved into your neighborhood. They got their apartment, they got their house, and they got this, and they got this, and they got this. That's because, see, they understand the way that this country works. When we walk out this door today, you're going to see somebody building somewhere, somebody working right now. It's always work. It don't stop on Saturday, Sunday. It's always work. And once we, and that's what I help transition the mind frames of our young generation just on. And I commend those that's in my program, because that means you want it. That means you don't want to be on them corners hustling. Then I get some of them that they always talk about, and I be letting them know, man, ain't nothing on them corners. It ain't a gangster that I know that at the end of the day, we did what we did on the corners to make it off the corners, not to glorify that we on the corner. You don't want to be 30-something years old, 40-something years old, still on the corner. Huh? Like, nah, Slim, like if you take that route, you take that route so you can come back and you can buy that corner. You know, and to hustle and to be a person with hustling, it's a beautiful thing, but it's just maturity to it too. You make it through it, you grow up, but working is the way of the real money. Whether you the boss and you own a company or not, going to work is the way that this country operates.
And it's funny you said that, because, and we mentioned Nipsey earlier.
Yeah.
Actually, that mall strip where he got killed, he used to hustle there.
Yeah, he hustled out there.
He said, this was it. I hustled here.
Yeah.
And he took that same money and bought it.
Yeah.
So, hey.
And that's what the Tupac code, and let's see, let's get back to it. That's what the Tupac code is for me. Facts. It's like, I sat for years and like, I made money going a lot of different avenues. One thing about what I learned in the street is, though, to supply where it's a need, you supply where it's a need at. If you're a smart hustler, like, if everybody got this over here, then how you gonna make money over there if everybody's got that? You need to figure out where somebody don't have something that. The book is something that I looked at, an asset to me of like, once I package this up and bag this up, the information is powerful, but then I know it's avenues of people that need the information. It's avenues of people consuming it, and that's why you said the ebook. We were talking earlier, I went the ebook way, because just for the natural fact that over in Japan, Afghanistan, China, the UK, people aren't buying physical. It's not like even in like Australia, it's no libraries and stuff, right? Well, it is, but it's limited. So everybody buying their book straight to their phone. The number of sales in ebooks is skyrocketed. So a physical book, like they closing all the Barnes and Nobles and all the books in there, and they shutting them down. It's like it's hardly none, So, but the bookstores, I'm still rocking. You still got libraries. That's what it's another form of distribution that print on demand that I'm going through right now. But the ebook was just important to me because I can hit more people faster with on their corner. Their corner is their phone. I can hit you right there fast. You understand what I'm saying? I'm on your block. I'm on your strip. I just did this commercial or the book right there. I'm gonna post you. Bop, 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 bop. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get on your nerves till you like, what? Ain't but $12. Let me go ahead. Boop. And then you'll see me later. Yeah, I got that physical for you. And I juggled with that for a long time. Not to say I procrastinated, but that spirit hit me like, oh, you ain't got it all right. You ain't got it. It's like, well, you know what? Well, what I do got, I'm about to go with, because I can't sit back no more and wait no more. So yeah, that's how we got to the ebook situation. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but don't forget about us.
No.
Manual, we gotta have it in our hand.
I can't wait for the manual, because ain't gonna be enough.
Signature.
Yeah, that signature.
Hey, Yvette, we gonna get Marc in here signing out. Like, Marc, you got to come up here and sign this book. Get up here like that.
And then for the ladies, I gave you the cover. I gave you a nice cover to inspire. I gave you.
You gonna talk about your cover? Are them real tattoos?
No.
If you the whole cover.
But listen. See, I'm telling you, I'm giving you facts. the cover was a symbolization of what it is. I wouldn't do that. Marc Shyst is Marc Shyst. Tupac Shakur is Tupac Shakur. If I did that, then you would kind of look at me. Anybody that knows Marc was that. Nah, for real, people outside would be like, man, you know what? You are like Tupac, and not because but I do got a bad attitude sometimes. So it's F the world in a lot of situations. But then it's like my works of what I do. But if I came in here right now and I had the bandana on, had the nose ring, had the blah, 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 a little bit of you would be like, now you that would be for me, right? That would be a weakness. Then it would be an uplifter, because that meant I took his inspiration so much that I wanted to emulate rather than inspire and motivate, and it was inspiring, right? So it was, everything is symbolism, whether or not it's positive or negative. That's the next level of revelation, that, like, for real, once you mature through the Bible and you understand, you get revelation, you got to understand how the devil works too. He works in signs and symbols. So the clothes you got on, the color of this, the color of this, some things in life you got to be aware of the signs and the symbols. You can't, you could be walking down this road of temptation. If you're not paying attention to, man, that person just had something on, or he had this in his ear, or this person, boom, boom, boom. You gotta have to educate yourself to be like, you know what? That might not be the right way to go, because I seen him. He had black nails on, or he had this in his hand, or he had this. So you gotta start to righteousness. You gotta start. So positive things also. So with the book, signs and symbols, positive. I'm leading you in to really what it is. So when you look at that frame right there, Pac frame, you know, God bless. Pac had a nice frame, but I think my frame might got you, Pac, though. Yeah. Bless your heart, big brother. Bless your heart and say, Brick Bro. Brick Bro won't rip like that.
His frame went with his body size, because he wasn't a tall
He
guy.
wasn't a tall. He's
a little taller than Trayvon White.
Yeah, he right, with a big head. Pac had a little big head, but that's my man. I love him. I'm just joning on you, Pac. I'm just joning on you, Pac. But nah, you know what? And what Pac kind of embodied himself on that, he was just a little nigga fighting giants.
He had a Napoleon complex.
Napoleon complex he had. And I used to be a little, I'm still little. I'm not big. I'm not like, I'm bigger than what I used to be, right? But now I'm big that, like, see if I knock a giant out now, and it's like, oh, nigga, you a giant too. I be in the gym, people be like, man, you and I be like, man, now I'm got a little buck with me. They be like, I be like, dang, I don't really like it no more, because I'm used to being a little small, scrawny, skinny nigga. But I done survived too many moons. Like I say, too many moons for me to be lacking, and I be telling all these little niggas, they be always talking about bang bang. I be like, bro, you can't have some battles in life, if you got to fight, and they can't be fought with a gun. You get a lot of battles in life got to be fought with a pen and your intelligence. When you really become a warrior, you understand how to fight without conflict, deal with conflict with no fight. If you can, if I can, and sometimes it's being prepared to fight to get in a conflict that you resolve without fighting. If you prepare to fight, fine. But if I mentally go in here and I out-psych my enemy to the point that it's like we resolve this without no interaction of fighting, then you a real warrior. The greatest, for me, my greatest battles are always fought when I say, you know what, God, I'm gonna back up and let you deal with this. Yeah, you don't need, I'm gonna let you deal with that one.
All right, so give them the information where they can actually download your ebook.
Well, let's give it to you like this. I have if you rocking with me right now and you looking at this, the most important thing in this world, you can go to www.marcshyst, MARCSHYST. You can go to marcshyst.com. And you can download the book starting tonight at 12 o'clock. Hit that button, download that Tupac code. It's on Amazon.com, it's on BarnesandNobles.com, it's on Nook, it's on iTunes, it's on all digital platforms. But if you're looking for me, just go to my website. My website is my block, that's my corner, that's my strip right there. I'm hustling 24/7, I don't never sleep. That's my corner, marcshyst.com. You can get it right there, starting, you know what? Matter of fact, I dare you. I dare you to try it. Hit the button today. It might some outlets may have it available now. And I'm prophesizing this to you too. Once this information comes out, it's gonna transition not only DC hip hop, because I got more story. I'm bigger than just DC hip hop. And it's not that I'm better. I'm telling you, not that I'm better. I'm just special in that my path was, and that's what it was about. When I was coming here, I said, what can I tell Pandora that just give her? I'm prophesying the next, when this book hits, for 5, it's going to storm. But don't get scared. It's not going to be a bad storm. Those who receive rain and thunder and get scared of it, you outside of understanding what's happening. In the spiritual realm, things start happening. Clouds and energies get moved. So thunder is the voices of heaven. The rain is the pouring out of the blessing. It's going to rain for like 5 days. But while it's raining, God going to box a lot of people in. You have no other choice but to sit still. And when you sit still, you're going to start reading. Once you get the information, it's going to open you up to your inner self. So those that get the book, I've put that anointment. I put the prayer. God has put the anointment on it. Your blessings are going to open. Those that assist with it, yours going to come. Those that go against it, you're going to be in torment. If you in fear of the glory of God, you about to be in torment, because it's time for an example of his living testament of his soldiers is coming. It's coming right now. It's deeper than music. Just like, okay, if God wanted to reach the world with his story, the Holy Bible, yeah, it's online and on all that, but he put it in paper form because he wanted you to get the revelation. Everybody's revelation is different. I could read one thing, you could read one thing, and have told 2 different revelations, but mean the same thing. So for me, it was just putting this book out so that I can inspire people, I can uplift them. I want them to, you're gonna be greater than me. If you read this book, you're gonna be greater than me. Jesus said, I came to give you all that I got and more. Everything, he said, everything I could do, you could do it and more. I hold on to that and more. Not that I'm better than him, but so I believe that, I can heal the sick, I can cast out demons, I can walk on water in situations, I can bring light to darkness, I can even resurrect the dead back to life. And that don't mean going into somebody's tomb and resurrecting you up, but he might be dead with no hope in him. He might be dead with no opportunity. I give you that. I'm gonna give you that. I've always given that. Those that know me, I've been just doing it. I've been doing it behind the curtain. The curtain is open up. Tonight at 12 o'clock, the revelation of God's prophecy is real. So get that. Bring enlightenment to yourself. If it ain't for you, give it to your son, your cousin, your nephew, maybe somebody in your family, maybe somebody that used to do music that said, man, I gave up on it a long time ago. He might be in his 50s, 60s. I don't know. He read this, he might say, you know what, I can still do it. Yeah, you can still do it. Lionel Richie, 60, 70 something years old, still touring the world. You don't see him here? So that's what it's about, Pandora. And thank you so much for having me, my sister. It's been a great conversation with you.
Yes.
It's been great. We didn't even get to my music when I've been in here, but that's cool.
I'm about to kick it now.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Hey, can't let you leave without the music.
Well, you know what, and not to ramble too much, but the floor is mine. The floor is mine when I'm in here. I'm at home. I got my feet up. I'm at home at Win DC. I'm one day, and maybe one day I might be co-host with you. I done co-host for I done held D. Yvette's show down. We all family here. One day she won't hear. I held her show down for 2 hours. I did, but not only is and this is something that I don't even promote, but I'm telling your fans and followers first that the book. It's 18 chapters, and I have an 18-track soundtrack to go with the book. So the Tupac Code is a book, and it's a soundtrack. I brought Miss Pandora if we play one, the songs I brought her are off the Tupac Code soundtrack. So you're getting live in effect right here for the first time in the world. I'm announcing that the book has a soundtrack to it that will be available on iTunes, and you can come back to my website, www.marcshyst.com. Thanks to all my people. I had good people that helped me out, put my website together for me, and still I got great people. I have it might not be a great team, but I got a team of support behind me that does my technical work more than I'm able to do it, because I'm a massive thinker sometimes, but so in my macro thinking I miss the micro stuff. So I got a good team of people around me.
So with your website, can we leave comments?
Yeah. Well, what you can sign up to. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm glad you said that because I definitely will get that feature there. But what you can do, you can sign up for my newsletters and all of that through the website. So you can do that, right? And by next week, you will have a point when the book comes out. I will have a point where you can comment on like what you thought about the book, positive or negative. It's all to the good. I'm not going. Everything might not be positive. Some people may, but I want that debate to happen because it's going to be people that don't get it. Some people will. The people that don't get it, they may do more promotion for me than the people that do get it.
Right. Okay, promotion is promotion.
Yes.
Good or bad.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, y'all. So the first song you're gonna hear is DMV Dr. Dre.
Well, that's the producer.
Oh, that's the producer. That's the thing that popped up. Is it 6? What's the name of the song?
It's well, you're probably playing. It's gonna be all right.
Okay, so I think the first one is I'm gonna be all right. The second one is I Wanna Be Your Lover.
Be my lover.
Okay. So
Shout out to my man Anton, DMV Dr. Dre. That's my producer, one of my main producers. We both do business with each other. Yeah.
all right, y'all. Here we go.
Gotta keep my money right. Long as I'm strong enough to hustle, we gon' be alright. I feel you're hurting and I see you in the struggle, and you need someone to love you. Trust me, it's gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. It's gon' be alright. Last night I blacked out, thank God for waking up. Trying to stay from out of jail like living ain't enough. I live a life so hard in the ghetto rough. Police try and lock me up for flipping double ups. And in a world full of crack cocaine, I maintain a money stream and eternal flame. Yeah, now who to blame? I got a lawyer, then I pay my rent. Now I'm back to reading up, that's where my money went. Problems and troubles I see. Yeah, a lot of politics don't affect me. More money, more problems like B.I.G. I'm all the president, represent me. I live the street life, gotta keep my money right. Long as I'm strong enough to hustle, we gon' be alright. I feel you're hurting and I see you in the struggle, and you need someone to love you. Trust me, it's gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Hey, alright. Baby, I just want your name, don't wanna know your number. From the pain in your eyes, you made a nigga wonder who you are and where you at. I wanna know your dreams. You can lean on me, but things ain't what they seem. Baby, father met you, he left you under the pressure. Even you and him together, he left you with the impression. Spent years in love, then he left you with no question. Then he bounced and left you all on your own, and now you're stressing. But it's gon' be okay, it's gon' be alright. After a long dark night comes a bright light. Doing favor for your kids and keeping on your lights. Forever here to let you know that it's gon' be alright. I live the street life, gotta keep my money right. I feel you're hurting and I see you in the struggle, and you need someone to love you. Trust me, it's gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. It's gon' be alright. My lover, baby. Be my lover, be my lover, baby. Girl, I wanna play your game, buy you everything. Be my lover, baby, be my lover, baby. Girl, I take the blame, gon' be the same. If you be my lover, baby, be my lover, baby. I won't drive you crazy, I won't buy you things, everything. I wanna show you play, I'm outside, I need you in my life. Want you to you my wife, never gon' be the same, and I show you play, won't be like I want you, asking me anything.
lover, baby, my everything. I'll be your candy cane, be my chocolate rain. I want you to see me dressed in my suit, made for me, made for you. Won't you be my gasoline? And I'll be your flame. On top, I won't stop. I just wanna make your body rock. Take a little time to figure it out. Show you what real love's about. And I know what you used to. Ooh, I know you need something new. And I know what you used to do. I want you to be by me every night. Be my love, babe. My love, babe. Girl, I wanna play your game. Play your game. Buy you, be my lover, babe. Lover, babe. My love, babe. My love, girl, I take the blame. I take the blame. Never gon' be my lover, babe. My lover, babe. My lover, babe. Yeah, no, you did.
Alright, y'all, yeah, that's that Be My Lover Baby jump right there.
Yeah.
That jump fire. I was listening to that on the way to work.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm gonna put that in rotation.
Please
you know,
do.
my girl Yvette she gonna rock that.
Yvette gonna rock that.
You know she is.
Yeah. and look to hear that worldwide. Be My Lover, Baby was like one of the first singles that I'm gonna push off of it. I got a lot of real up-to-date subjects on this project, but Be My Lover, Baby, just a feel-good song. I just want to
it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So you can also check out Marc Shyst Monday at 2 p.m. on the Dear Yvette show here on Wendy C.
Yes,
Dear Yvette, she gives you everything, y'all. She got the chatterbox, she got all that. So, and of course, Marc Shyst gonna be there again, promoting his book, telling you a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune in Monday at 2 p.m. I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.
Make sure you download that ebook.
Go get that book.
If you could try it now, it might go through. But at midnight, it's on. Get your book. Start reading.
Yeah.
Actually, you could go on the Pandora Word Box show page on Facebook, and once you start reading, leave some comments on my page.
Yeah.
Me and Marc are friends, so he'll see it there or whatever. So yeah, just leave a comment there.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank
Pandora's
you so much.
out. Love y'all. See y'all next week right here on Wendy C.
Go off. Yeah. Hey, boo, we'll turn the music up a little bit. Sip this. That's who I'm saying for sure. G-Mike. I mean, I don't understand it though. Listen, I'm on the front line grinding, trying to find a way to make it out. You be here hustling, trying to find a way to take me out. Pray to God daily, someone hustle, got a sacred route. Never been one for one, to understand what all that faking about. It's an enigma, a puzzle. I ain't got the answers, Joe, you hating on the next man. Everything is tangible, fire drop, heavy on percussion, DP on the floor. Big B, killer cow, the animal, is it big cow? Big B, killer, live the cannibal. Electrocution, lecture, lector, Hannibal. We supposed to be family though, I can be man as the real ones understand me though. I roll up what I'm selling, mix with falling my call. Too many crabs in the bro, these niggas live at the wall. Turn me to 93, OMG, roughing them off. We can't speak of revolution when y'all niggas do something. That shit you talking that gangster Slim? You killing your brother? Huh? You making another black mother cry? Huh? But you scared of revolution though, right? Yeah. Talk to him. Black up.
We look at the proverbial crabs in a barrel. The crabs are trying to get up.
Crab ass niggas ain't want me to blow 50 bands plus couturity, you already know I'm on the next flight smoking, literally smelling like gas as I walk past security. You a barrel ass nigga, so your bank account medium. I'm always out of town, I only see him on social media. Come to getting money, I'm down Wikipedia. It's money 8 grams, I can hit you with a leader, bruh. They all in the race, they don't wanna see me in that rollie with that float out face. They don't wanna
we together, support your own. I get more love out of town than I be getting at home. It's a lot of talent here, but I see what's wrong. When you grind it, they with you. You blow up, they gone. Kinda backwards if you ask me. I gave you all the mixtapes and you still want the album for free. I guess I ain't have to pay for the beat, or I guess it ain't no mixing and mastering fees. You say you from the street, got some questions, can you answer me these? Is your plug just gonna hand you some keys? Your connect on some green just gonna randomly hand you some weed? Nigga, please, being in the barrel is bad. People don't wanna see you get what they can't have. If they see you rich, then they get mad. But you can get shit too, just get off your ass, cause that hating shit, it won't last. You to the crab, to the crab.
If you see me winning, nigga, then we all winning. If you think about it like that, then that's when you gonna come up. Everybody pulling each other down. Hating on this man, hating on that man. Where you from, where you not from. It's all about the money. Let's get to the money. That's the only way we gonna get out the struggle. It's the only way we gonna make a name for ourselves out here.
She tell me she want me, she tell me she want me. She say that she lonely, she say that she lonely. She putting it on me, she putting it on me. It making me hungry, it making me hungry. But we gon' cake tonight, 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 we gon' cake tonight. Off and me tip off, lights off that I flipped off, and her skirt off and it gets tossed. Shirt off that I ripped off, rocket launch and I lifted off, and she jumped on me like crisscross, yelling woo like Rick Ross. No ping pong, but I dropped the ball, I ain't playing. Told the girl I can't take it. I smoked the salt and she faded. I told the girl I'm X-rated. No, spicy girl, but I made it. Electrify you like Peyton. Wanna kick it, girl, Johnny Cage it. Know the song is only my cadence. You know I'm here and you'll enjoy the ride. Only if it's cool, but no, I'm down to slide. Nigga on the door, running through it like all the time. And if she let me in the temple, then I know that it's mine. She tell me she want me. She say that she lonely. She say that she lonely. She putting it on me. She putting it on me. It making me hungry, making me hungry. But we gon' cake tonight. We gon' cake tonight. We gon' cake tonight. We gon' cake tonight. We gon' cake. We gon' cake tonight, we gon' cake tonight, we gon' cake tonight, we gon' cake tonight. It's going down when I get home. Enough with all of this cuddling. If one more night I might get gone. Caked up just like makeup, but I ain't trying to stare at her face long. I wanna face down in her, sir. Sex noise is my theme song. King Kong and that, long in that, long in that. All them other dudes, they know it's my. Without looking, I smash a girl, I'm on sight. I be the dude that just might right. You know I'm in for the night, so I can hold you down, you know, so let's fight. Hey, I wanna do the twist, fold you up and watch you do the switch. And ain't never lie, cause I'm too legit. Damn right, I wanna eat your lips and I nigga, wanna do it, running through it like all the time. And if she let me in the temple, then I know that she tell me she want me. She tell me she want me. She say that she lonely. She say that she lonely. She putting it on me. She putting it on me. Making me hungry, making me hungry. But we gon' cake tonight. 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 And we gon' cake tonight. She say that she want me. She tell me she want me. She say that she lonely. about race, they try and play us all. Why these kids ain't safe up in these school halls? And being black ain't safe, they say that we wrong. We yelling back in the days like we wanna go back. I'm simply amazed that the blacks ain't pro-black. I don't think they get the picture, man, they lost focus. Have they even noticed? Ganging up on us, say I won't make it. If it's me that I trust, simply can't take it. That's the reason I rush, going hard every day for the people I love. Since they ain't selling hope, we out here selling drugs. We was once little kids, now they label us thugs. Trying to find the point where they all stop believing in us. I'm saying just hold up, yup, just hold up. We can all make it if we step a hustle up. Keep your faith in those who faith in you. And no matter what you do, keep your trust in you. I'm saying just hold up, yup, just hold up. We can all make it if we step a hustle up. Keep your faith in those who faith in you. And no matter what you do, keep your trust in you. Righteous me. Righteous me. I know. Righteous me. I know. Righteous me. I say I know. Righteous me. I'm never ever change. I know. Righteous me. I fall over the thing. I know. Righteous me. I learn the game. I know. We gon' make it. I know. We gon' make it. See me? I follow no pattern friends. I see why they mad again. I'm doing it better than. They probably shouldn't have let me in, but they did. Been a dream since a kid. Number one spot standing in. Now I'm a veteran. Rings like Saturn. Put it on black and bet again. Let it spin. I know that you wanna win, big shot. Only got one who got your back when it get hot. I asked to move free cause we know that we not. I feel I know a lot, but still that's not enough. I'm running out of time and I'm stuck here looking for love. We left giving up and that ain't in us, but that's what they want, cause that's just what they need. You know what's interesting? My own people kill a dream. Instead of going out and get it, they hate on me. I may not admit it, but I'm just what they need. Just hold up, yeah, just hold up. We can all make it if we step a hustle up. Keep your faith in those who faith in you. And no matter what you do, keep your trust in you. I'm saying just hold up, yeah, just hold up. We can all make it if we step a hustle up. Keep your faith in those who faith in you. And no matter what you do, keep your trust in you. Righteous me. Righteous me. I know. 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 We gon' make it. I know. We gon' make it. Righteous me. That's I double A.